What's going on, fam? Hope everybody's well. For those who don't know me, I go by Money Mazin, trader, investor, enthusiast, um, the whole nine, man. So, shout out to the returning viewers and subscribers, and thank you for the newcomers here. This video will probably be posted on my Discord, so for anyone viewing this in a Discord, this is going public, so it's not specified towards you guys, so you will hear some repetitive things that has already been discussed. Um, but anyhow, let's go ahead and get into it. When we talk about Bitcoin high time frame down to the low time frame, we're pretty much going to jump into it from a year stance on the weekly time frame, and then just go from there. And we're just going to jump around. It'll be a lot of yapping, a lot of BS as well. Just stick with me, and you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, I can provide you guys some value. You know what I'm saying. If you want to see these videos active again, let me know. It's just very time consuming, and I feel like I'm doing just as much through the pictures. But you guys just let me know. Before we get into it, you see the link tree in the bio for all the newcomers. If you want to see, you know what I'm saying, consistent charts, you know what I'm saying, the best place to get at me is Twitter. I'm active pretty much 5-6 days out of the week minimum. Discord as well if you want more in-depth, ask questions, elaborate, things of that nature. Link tree's right here to be in the bio description, you know, whatever, all the stuff down low. Pretty much click it, it'll look something like this. You can join the Twitter, follow the Twitter, excuse me, and then you'll have the Discord community, you know what I'm saying. Beware of scammers, man. I will not DM you, and everything's free, so slide in, you know what I'm saying. Alright. Like I said, bro, we finna be yapping. Alright, this is what we're just gonna go through everything. Alright, everything. So you can fast forward this video, put it on 2 times, do whatever you gotta do. So we're gonna start from everything, from the very bottom. Okay, we're not talking about what's going on right now in September, October, any of that. We're starting dead ass from the lows of December. So go in here. I want to start off with something specific. Okay, in my opinion, everything, no financial advice, all that type of shit, we are in the disbelief stage. Okay, so I want to show you just something quick and simple. I'm trying to go through this fast. All right, so we have anger, all right, pretty much the lows, and then between anger and depression we have a lower low. All right, followed by the lower low we have some consolidation before the surge, and then we have what's next on this psychology chart, from Wall Street, whatever, disbelief. Okay, pretty much everyone has seen this. Is 100% accurate for everything? No, but it's a good comparison content, and I'm gonna break it down to you. So anger, depression, between the anger and depression we have a low. All right, so we have low, which is the anger, we have the lower low, pretty much bottom between, and then we have consolidation, which is build up. You could find this build up chart pretty much anywhere, bro. Let me go ahead and show you guys, so I'm not just pulling shit out my eyes. All right, so as you see, all right, you got the double low. You could do lower low, but I mean, technically the lower low sweeps. It gets out the trader, you know, retail, everyone puts their stop in the same place. Lower low, build up, and then prior to the breakout. So it's a favorite of mine to use. I think I was using it not only for Total 1, but Total 2 as well. And some of my old Bitcoin work in probably like last fall, probably last year or something like that. Anyhow, we following the build up, man, and then we get an expansion over here. We're wide, we're looking like a megaphone outer. Okay, so I'm following from the trend of the beginning, from the bottom of the capitulation, whatever you want to call it, the dev, and then followed by that we have the build up. Now we're going to go into a few things here. All right, I'm going to show you, just as you can see, this is a downward trend, something like a bull flag, continuation, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying, really doesn't matter. So we have been continuously making, okay, we had all-time high here, 73,007 some change, whatever. We had a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, followed by that we finally got out of here. From the bottom, okay, we have a deep wick, just how we do here, pre-pump. So we have phase pump, okay, phase 1 from the build-up, consolidation, wick down to flush players, do whatever you got to do, phase up, and then come down. Between these two match wicks, we pretty much have similar to equal lows, lower low on the candle closure, but the deep dive in the middle here, okay? So that right there, I'm pretty sure, I mean, in my personal opinion, that marked the bottom for me. Everything is NFA. This is all my opinion, and yes, I'm kind of biased, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So we have the lows here. From the low wick we went up, or excuse me, we'll go back to this one. We did like a 90% pump, okay? So just following that, not being greedy. This is me being conservative, okay? Completely honest with you. Followed by the wick 90%, bro. That brings us to like 90,000+, okay? So this is what I think is going on here. We flipped the mid downtrend. We broke the lower low trend, okay? I have a range here, okay? It probably doesn't look, you know, too obvious to zoom in. It's very thin, you know what I'm saying? We have a closure high, the mid range here, and the closure low. I went off just the closures. Even if we go off the bottom wick, bro, this still looks extremely bullish, okay? So we have closure high, mid range, plus the neckline. This neckline is this right here. this was my key confirmation to let me know if we're back on a, the higher time frame or if we're not. We actually at first were rejecting through it. We made a lower high. We ended up splurging through. I've been long since 57,000. I took about 60%, and I'm going to let the rest ride here unless some BS happens. So if we just did 90% following this breakout, we're looking at the 90,000s, and that's not even considering super cycle history on a 1 yearly candle to 6 month chart, 1 month chart that I will begin to show you guys shortly. So following here, man, I just want to show you a couple more things. 2021. Okay, a lot of people say this is pretty much the resistance here. I call bullshit. I don't really agree with that. I feel like here's the true resistance. Our box 4 candle closures rounded the top here, and then here was like dev, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then we sink down into the broad range on the bottom. So following here, some key things I want to look for. I want to hold this blue box 100%. If we lose this blue box, bro, it's over. In my opinion, it's over. And then we got the neckline, and then followed by that we got the mid range. So mid range and neckline is key for short term, and then obviously we have these lows, but I do not want to see us going below this trend again. I do not want, especially mid downtrend, I don't want to see us create another low. I want us to surpass this. So as long as we stay above, man, I think 64,000 is that candle closure here. But pullback would be extremely, extremely healthy. Like I said, I wouldn't want to see a pullback below the blue box. Ideally, neckline to mid-range level. All right, that's what I'm looking for. So if we happen to go back down, bro, and it's 60,000, I'm bidding it, man. I'm bidding it. So I mean, but I wouldn't recommend it, but that's just what I'm gonna do here. Okay. So following by that, I'm gonna go in on some shorter time frame stuff, and then we'll bust back to trading view, and then we'll look at the 1 year and things of that nature. So if you want just high time frame, go ahead and fast forward through this part. All right. I know we have a lot going on here, but did I want to do that? Let's go. Hold on. All right, so here's a TI I had posted, right? So we have on September 17th, I called this. You see here currently on this, it was this was posted this September. What's today? Okay, this was this morning, um, September 27th, and here you can see we're going over our prior highs of the dev and download from the range. Okay, so we're gonna go to the one from September 17th here. So as you can see, red box, and then we have the neckline ESR here. We ended up breaking above that. We had a price sitting right below crucial 1 week SR. That was what's going on. Price surpassed 2021 closure resistance box. That was this box of closures I was telling you guys about. Price above short-term mid-range. I'm pretty sure that was on the 1 day 4 hour. You'll see that in a second. And then the high time frame range the whole time from this all-time high all the way down here. This whole downtrend slash consolidation. This has been going on for over 200 and something days, man. So from the 17th to the 27th, add on 10 more days. 4 hour uptrend held. Here was a long-term range, 202 days, short-term, 40 days. We were in this range. Highs and lows would equal lows of closures, higher low on the wick. So instantly, automatically, this is bullish. I don't see why anyone would be saying bearish in these circumstances. You get what I'm saying? I could have been completely wrong, but if you see me post a chart and it doesn't work out, I probably lost money. I'm gonna just be honest with you. So double taps on the retest, going up, retest. I knew from here we reclaim that mid-range. We have to secure that higher low. I was not going to trust a double low, and we ended up running it up. Okay, so we're currently sitting at like what 66 right now, 65.7, so to say. All right, so following here, just so you can get a, I wanted you guys to see that range that I had here because it's not drew on this line here, but we'll look at the blue line, followed here, and then the green line. Right now, we're looking at like a disjointed flat bottom, if I'm saying that right with a textbook. You know what I'm saying? Disjointed flat bottom. Correct me in the comments if you'd like. But it's working, and that's all we need to do. Right now, we're struggling. We have 1, 2 tap, 3 tap. We're grinding this. Us grinding this is, I want to say strength, but I think spot got to step in a little harder here. We have been pumping for a little brick, so I mean, we could basically have a little dev and then come back down, fill the gap before going through. That would be very healthy. I would really like to see that instead of just going up here, because then I think we're going to wick on the trend. But we could come back down as long as we stay above 63,000, 62 and some change. I'm cool with that as well. But that's the 4 hour coming in from a pump here, and we're also doing this around this area. I'm just gonna do this so you guys know, but this is pretty much the zone here, man. So I mean, as long as we're staying above, I mean, think about it, bro. If you see us come down to 65 and we bounce or we fill the gap and move, I would definitely take that as a bid. But as far as spot high time frame, we're about to get into it. So that was pretty much all we had on the low time frame. I guess we can cover dominance real quick. I'll get that in a second. I'll get that in a second. All right. You know what? We're gonna bust down. I'm gonna give you guys the whole thing here. We're gonna do a line chart. I got this built already. If we don't have it built, it is what it is. So I'd say we are in trend upward. You know what I'm saying? Always remember. Fun fact: don't ever fade that long-term trend against the short-term trend. And if you do, you better know what you're doing. You better know how to scalp, and you better get in and out like quickly. Um, Now, before we get into line chart, I just want to let you guys know something. We do have a couple fun facts. We have the most amount of money sitting in money markets right now. A lot of people are waiting, which this lets me know FOMO has not hit yet. Number two, you might see some people on your feed bullish and things of that nature. That's just because we flipped and we bounced. No disrespect to anyone, but their opinions mean nothing. Do not follow these people. Follow that gut. Do not look at what the masses are doing, because more than likely that will result in your demise. Okay, so sidelined money. There's a lot of money stacked, ready to be going. It's not yet allocated. We have politics playing a venture in that too. Wars going on, things of that nature. The whole world, man. So everything plays an impact in this. But right now, I will tell you, spot bulls are stepping. We have a lot of late longs, and we have a lot of overconfident shorts. Now, when we're looking at a line chart, this pretty much cancels out all the noise and allows us to prevent from overthinking. Okay, so we're gonna just move some things around here. I'm not sure why the equal lows is here. What did I? Hold on. Okay. This was based on the 12-hour, not the 1 day. I like this a lot better. Okay. All right. So following here, we're just this line chart is specifically, I believe, 1 day closures. I think that's what it's set to in the settings. If not, forgive me, but you get the drift here. Okay. So we have equal lows. Following by that, we have the reclaim followed up. We have the low, then the lower lows. I guess that's how you want to look at it. This red line here, I know I have it on the bottom. Red is down low, blue is up top. But if you really look at this from a range standpoint, this is how I would draw on this. So we have that low and then the lower low. This is pretty much the depth following that range here. So we have pretty much flipped the mid-range. So I guess you could look at this dotted line to the blue as like a mid-level here. Okay. So we're breaking. The line chart shows me something. Now I'm going to be honest with you. If we hold above 64,500, extremely bullish, especially 63,000. Like I said, if we hold 63, 62.8, you know what I'm saying? You could see a wick down here before shooting up to the next level of 69. Now, pullbacks are completely possible, and be ready for them. But if you get a gap fill and you see that wick with a candle retracement, I honestly recommend bid. If you're spot long term and you're looking to buy, honestly, man, you might think you're too late, but you're not. Did you make a bad decision by not buying and having fear? Yes, but you have to have awareness and accountability, and know your faults so you don't make those same mistakes again, man. You know what I'm saying? Trading and investing and everything to do with the markets, even if you don't trade, is all psychological. You know, this shit will expose everything wrong with you and everything wrong with your mental. So my ideal bid, man, anything I want to see is this blue line hold, the line closure, as well as the dotted. You know what I'm saying? I'm fully okay with retracing back to 60,000. I am. So even then, I mean, look at this. If we make the higher from there, people don't even understand. We could come back to 57 and continue going. I would not care at all. The only problem I would see is if we break below, you know what I'm saying, 57. That is something we don't want to see happen. We already got about the trenches. If we're going right back to the trenches, man, it's just, I'm telling you, bro, you go to jail for something, you come back, you do the same thing, they're going to give you more time, right? So we're going to have a bad day if we go down below here. That's just my opinion, but I could be wrong. But line chart, I would definitely recommend it. I go off 1 day closures. You can do 1 week, whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? Get in there and have some fun with it, you know? All right, on to the next one. All right, just give me a second here. I gotta see what's going on. Oh, I guess this is a little fun. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I drew this off the 8 hour. I'm pretty sure. I put this in my chat like way before, like probably like mid-September or something. I called it. I was like target 1, target 2, and I went long at 57K. So once I seen us go up and then bounce, I was like, all right, bet, you know what I'm saying? We reclaiming the range. I was like, I'm gonna go long. So 57, TP1, TP2. So we're here, you know what I'm saying? I only close 60% because I'm still bullish, but if something changes in a heartbeat, I will close. Very simple. Let me see if I have something else for you guys. I'll give you an example of a validation, invalidation. So low, lower low, lower low, and then I called for this to happen again. I was like, either we go up, come down, boom from here. I obviously was kind of right, but a little wrong. We ended up just landing here. You know what I'm saying? So I thought we were going to test these lows, but we didn't go as low, which showed me some strength. Followed by the low. I'll just move it over so it makes sense. Shit. Whatever. You get it. Right here, right? But we ended up just following the same thing as if we didn't break up and just going upwards. So now we are out of the trenches, in my opinion. These blue lines let us know. So we are all good even if we pull back. I'm trying to find the, I have a chart with yearly candles. Here we go. Okay. All right. All right. Some of you that are on, crypto Twitter or social media, you've seen this many times before, man. But this just shows my thesis of around the 200 range. I'm also looking at it psychologically from a public standpoint. So if we have, it's just like the mean median mode shit from like elementary school, wherever you look at the highest calls that you realistically think could be possible from respectable sources, and then you look at the lowest ones, like I said. Some people I respect are, giving very valid reasons why 400K would work, and a lot of traders and a lot of people I respect are giving me, you know, it makes a little sense on how we would only reach maybe 115 or 130 or 150 or whatever it may be. So, but just following super cycle history, I'm gonna just show some of you guys because maybe you've never seen this before. Um, but following the super cycle, man, every single time that we have a red yearly candle, it's followed by three green ones, or in this case, blue. So following from the pump, 2009 going in, cycle peak, we have bear market year one, followed by three big blue candles, okay, which is on candle 4. And then you have the two mid ones, which are the orange arrows. Followed by the peak in 2017, we go into a bear market 2018, and we come back out 3 candles later on the 4th tier. We are back at all-time high again. You get what I'm saying? Followed by the 2022 Bitcoin crash, June. I'm pretty sure, man. I don't know if you guys were around, but 2022 June. It was either June or maybe like the end of maybe like Q2, like spring to June. Okay, we had June. There was a Bitcoin crash, but there was also, I think it was like the most amount of exchanges, hedge funds, all this went bankrupt, like Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It was like 35 different names. You know what I'm saying? Then we had the Voyagers and the FTX shit and all that. But anyways, following by it, bear market following by the all-time high, and then we have 2 yearly candles. And let me tell you something, bro. We had 2023, 2024. 2025 hasn't even started yet. So I was one of the people thinking we'd reach peak like Q4 2024, like December, November, maybe going into January. But here, I think 2025 is going to be very good to us. Bare minimum, the first 2 quarters. So we'll see how the summer turns out and how Q2 ends. But I'm looking at this realistically. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why we can't hit 200. I really don't. So I mean, following here, the blue lines at the peaks. That's what I'm gonna go off of here, man. So, is there anything else I could show you guys? I'm just giving you the full Bitcoin update, man. So, this is the dominance on the 1 year. We have all the way down. We have 3 candles up, down, 3 candles up. This year isn't finished. We can obviously, this going down doesn't mean anything. We could still, alts can perform well. Bitcoin dominance going up or down. A lot of people think it has to completely crash for alts to do something, but if you look at every cycle, it's just common patterns. Things are going to repeat themselves. So we have 3 going up, and I believe Bitcoin was still going up. I think we could still see some new highs here. I mean, I don't see why we can't bust into the 60s. I don't. You know what I'm saying? So follow the weekly. quick, and then I'll show you guys some totals, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, so obviously here from 2019 we have a downtrend, consolidation box at this level, red line. A lot of people are thinking we're gonna dive. I thought we were gonna, you know, I got faked out here flipping the channel. I'm like, we flipped the channel, we're going to 61, but it looks like a morning star reversal a little bit. Maybe a correction. We got to see. We're going to take it level by level. We have the mid-range of this little 1 day, 1 week range here. We have the bottom support of that range, and then we have the uptrend, and then we can go lower. We could fill a gap. I mean, we could actually consolidate. That's another thing I was calling, bro. I think that we may not see an impulse up or down, no dive, no impulse. I think we might actually see some consolidation. If it's really a super cycle, we could go up, consolidate, chill, and then everything could go up together. I really think this bull market is gonna catch a lot of people by surprise. A lot of people are in disbelief, and I do think people will TP early, and that will allow us some relief to keep flushing higher. I'm telling you, man. But I would keep an eye on dominance though. On the weekly, as you can see, we Morningstar reversal the same as the monthly, and we're coming down. So we're gonna see if we hold mid-range. If we don't, maybe take a lower low, fill the gap. If we lose the support and we're over here squeezing between the resistance prior support range to the support of the uptrend, that's whenever I would think we're going to go down. So I just want to see it squeeze a little bit. I'm going to give it more time because we don't have to predict it today. We have at least a week on our hands, in my opinion, especially a few days. Just keep an eye on the dominance. Last but not least, we'll go to total one. I'm not going to cover the rest of the totals here just simply because, you know what I'm saying, we're just strictly Bitcoin right now, bro. So following, same thing, we have the build-up pattern. Out here. Build up pattern, low one, lower low, low two. We got the build up. We got the expansion here on the wicks. It looks a lot better on total one than it does on Bitcoin. So I pretty much said this was the bottom to bid the pullback. Whenever I did, I gave, my people to call. But we blow through here. I think we can do something similar to this. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly, but then we break through, retest at the highs, deviate, do a little, mumbo jumbo, and then we just burst through to 4 trillion. I don't see why the entire crypto market can't hit 10 trillion, and I don't see why Bitcoin can't hit 3 to 4 trillion. I don't. That's my honest opinion. I believe Bitcoin hits a bare minimum of 3. I could be totally wrong, but this is just how I'm rocking on everything. So keep an eye on this. I was pretty much calling the total one in the Bitcoin, saying exactly what was going to happen once we reclaimed. We had went down here on the build up and then reclaimed here, and I said literally over a year ago, I said bullish is an understatement last October, and we literally did all this. So very well. Now that I look back at this, I should have took more profits than I did, but we literally wick deviated over this and then consolidated here. Now that I'm looking at it, you know what I'm saying? Over a half a year later, I'm like, it was obvious, but in the moment, it's not very obvious. So this is why you go back and study why you do what you do and why you didn't do what you should have done. You know what I'm saying? So just from there, bro. But man, that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? I yapped enough. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, if you know what I'm saying, if you're in a Discord, let me know if you want private videos. I might do something like that, like strictly for the tribe, or just keep thugging it out on YouTube. But with that being said, man, if you appreciated content, drop a like. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, or ugly, drop a comment. Let me know what I can do better, whatever you want to see. Certain coins, certain projects, the whole nine, bro. GG's, have a good week. Trade safe. Money Mazin, I'm out.